I'm Vicky, on behalf of our webinar host, Ken Kruger, and our video web media agents. Thank you for registering and attending this extremely informative webinar, How to Reposition Your Holiday Accommodation Now, and Get the Blueprint, Roadmap to Recovery. I ask you to please bear with me if you have already watched our registration intro video, as many holiday business owners may not have seen it on the social media channels when they registered. Streamed webinar, How to Reposition Your Holiday Accommodation Now, and Get the Blueprint, Roadmap to Recovery. We all know that the hospitality sector, which includes bed and breakfast, guest houses and holiday accommodation establishments, faces an unprecedented crisis with COVID-19. Hospitality business owners need to have an action plan that addresses the current situation and future travel, and to be ready as soon as this pandemic has been curtailed and travel seeker demand breaks through. There will be an active audience out there that will want to re-engage and book with your holiday accommodation establishment. The key is to how to connect with them before your competitors do. In this webinar, you will learn many strategies and mind-blowing tactics how you can gain a competitive edge over any of your competitors. Ken Kruger will unravel which B&B or guest house marketing strategies will be viable and those most relevant in today's modern era, and particularly which are a waste of time. We have identified and outlined 12 unique topics which we feel are important to your holiday accommodation regional space. Business. The webinar will run for approximately 40 minutes and, supported with a question and answer session at the end. The webinar comprises of two parts. The first, cover 12 unique topics as he outlines how you can sustain your B&B or guest house or holiday accommodation establishment during this pandemic. The second part of this webinar, as an attendee, you will have the chance to win one of two prizes worth a staggering £750. One attendee will be selected at random to receive first prize, 3-page mobile-first complimentary redesign of their existing website, value £465. One attendee will be selected at random, second prize, VidWeb Virtual AI Assistant, with a booking component, which can be integrated into any existing website, value £265. Further to this, Ken will be doing an in-depth live site analysis of each of two holiday accommodation business websites. He will extract the primary reasons why these sites are not achieving any good rankings in the search engines and visible errors that show exactly why they will not get listed in Google Local Business Prime ranking slots. These comprise of 18 vital test points. This is a 12-page PDF report which is normally costed out at £42. Two holiday business owners will get this for free. He will then uncover the best ways to implement a plan of action and demonstrate how these sites could achieve these desired rankings. If you would like to have your site considered for this unique review, you need to click on the chatbot link, chat with Kezzy and give her your full contact details, including your site URL. She will take down all your particulars, as Kezzy is available 24/7 and is one of VidWeb's iVirtual assistants. Two fabulous prizes up for grabs to any attendee on this webinar.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I am part of the international team of a VidWeb i3D virtual presenter family. I am proud to present this overview to you. Before I hand you over to our host Ken Kruger, I would like to give a quick snippet as to why we want to help all holiday accommodation establishments. Coronavirus, COVID-19, continues to impact the hospitality industry, and, where we thought that there could be a respite, things have spiraled even further with the second wave. Even though the travel and hospitality industry faces an unprecedented crisis with COVID-19, with furloughs, layoffs and uncertainty, it will bounce back. The hospitality sector, which includes bed and breakfast, guest houses and holiday accommodation establishments, needs to have an action plan. As soon as the pandemic is curtailed and travel seeker demand picks up or breaks through, there will be an active audience out there that will eventually re-engage with your holiday accommodation establishment. The key is to how to connect with them before your competitors do. The natural reaction during this crisis has been to cut back on all marketing activities and investments. This could produce some saving in the short term, but it will have a serious negative impact in the long term and will completely slow down the return to business success when things pick up again. Your holiday accommodation establishment must prepare for recovery and ensure that it is in a position to gain a strong head start before this demand improves. There is no blueprint for this COVID-19 health crisis. However, I will outline a blueprint as to how you can reposition your holiday accommodation establishment now and boost your guest bookings and trump your competitor.
Hello, and thank you for attending this webinar. I am your host, Ken Kruger. I will unpack many ideas and nuggets throughout this webinar, collated insights to reveal the full richness of these topics, helping you to validate your present holiday accommodation business. It is my aim to show you how you can access the cognitive space of your guest to influence their booking decisions, pushing your guest emotional buttons to create more compelling customer value propositions and more impactful marketing for your holiday accommodation establishment. Identify the touch points of a customer's journey and ensure positive experiences at every point for your holiday business, preserving in the present with an eye on the future. Let me give you a quick background profile of myself. I am the CEO of Video Web Media Agency, Video Web Mastery Design Studios, and VideoWebTube.news. I have some 30 years experience in the digital arena as a digital analyst, search engine marketing analytics, web development, creative design, and artificial intelligence web specialist. Further to this, I have held positions as a managing director, general manager, internet development, and sales, and director of strategic sales for a PLC. Early in 1995, I was instrumental in the launch and management of the World Travel Guide. Now, before the advent of internet, the World Travel Guide was recognized as the primary source for all travel agents. It was pretty much known as the travel agent's Bible, a huge hard-covered book comprising of thousands of pages. Travel agents were able to look up country information, specifics, and various travel options for a traveler. I was appointed as general manager of the internet development and sales, and my brief was to convert then the World Travel Guide into a global travel portal, which I may add became a huge success, and even today it is viewed as one of the most comprehensive travel guides on the net. After this, I held the position as director of marketing for a well-known holiday-type magazine. Our agency is located in Cobham, Surrey. Our corporate website is VideoWebMastery.co.uk. I truly hope that you will enjoy this webinar, as I've drafted in some of our 3D AI virtual presenters, our VidWeb 3D AI virtual presenters, to help to make it just that little bit more exciting.
Hi, I'm Oscar, a VidWeb 3DI virtual video presenter. I have been given the task of presenting this awesome first topic of this exciting webinar. Innovative and alternative ways to utilize your accommodation. There are 12 great ideas here, and I am going to go through each. Some rooms can produce good additional income. The first is 1. Work lounges. Remote work has gone mainstream, and will likely remain a major facet of the future of work. While many workers are investing in home offices, others either do not have the luxury of extra space, and some just want a chance to get out of the house for a productive work session. Consider turning a few rooms into work lounges, which are rooms dedicated to working rather than sleep. Ideally, you would remove beds from these rooms so that you can cut cleaning costs and get the rates down. It's just not that feasible for someone to spend £100 every day to use a work lounge. If you can get that cost lower, you'll dramatically expand your addressable market of local remote workers. Dependent on the size of your establishment, you could even create a dedicated floor for co-working to assist with managing capacity and foot traffic. Not everyone is lucky enough to have enough space at home to build a learning-friendly environment. Encourage families to take a workcation by offering spaces that are kid-friendly and geared towards learning. Adjoining rooms could also be great, parents in one room working remotely and kids in an adjoining room learning fortuitously. Some hotels are offering unique perks, such as a remote learning assistant, that can provide added support to parents juggling work and education. Brainstorm ways that your property can cater to families who are looking for a pressure release valve on home life during the pandemic. Seasonal experiences. The winter holidays are coming up. What about turning a ballroom or entire floor into a winter wonderland? Or perhaps it's using outdoor space for a Santa pop-up. To unleash the full potential, partner with one of your existing event vendors to deliver a memorable experience that attracts locals. With ticketed entry, you can still adhere to capacity restrictions and minimize disruptions from your overnight guests. Package tickets with dinner or an overnight stay, and you have an upsell that can yield even more revenue. While still being fun. A progressive art gallery could become a draw for locals. Take a few rooms and work with local artists to showcase their work. Then, as a ticketed pop-up event, you can have timed entry and require guests to spend under 10 minutes in each room to avoid lingering and ensure airflow. You could also make this a virtual-only experience and use it for a marketing, PR campaign. Offer virtual tours led by the artists, who can then share their work more broadly than just an in-person audience. Streaming is a great way to stay top of mind with guests that can't yet return to your property, while also fostering goodwill from the local community. Multimedia shoots. Photographers, videographers, influencers, and live streamers are always looking for fresh backdrops for their content. You could build a package that includes lighting, such as ring lights, as well as critical support around Wi-Fi and photo-video gear. A roll-down green screen could also double as a Zoom background, and an add-on feature for your work lounges. Your photo-video room could also double as a rentable podcast studio for those looking to avoid offices but still record an episode of their company's podcast. Couple this with a mentor session from a local creator and you have yourself an interesting package to sell, one that could also be interesting to families looking for edutainment options for their kids during remote learning. Even prior to the pandemic, some guest hotel and larger B&Bs have been offering dedicated rooms to gamers. These spaces are set up with mood lighting, big screens and high-end gaming gear, such as consoles and big chairs. And, of course, hardwired Ethernet connections to ensure the fastest speed possible. Sweeten the pot with room service credits that keep gamers in the action for longer. For non-digital gamers, board games might be the way to go. Fill up certain suites with a selection of board games, or even create a menu that can be accessed by all guests. This definitely makes staying in much more fun. But could be a perfect fit for a trendier property, located in an urban setting. With in-person concerts cancelled, the fun has migrated online. Each weekend, there are festivals and concerts streamed on platforms like Twitch, Zoom and YouTube. Is there a way that your guest hotel or B&B can provide a party-in-a-box experience that recreates a little of that dance floor magic, replete with lights, drinks and space to dance? This could be especially intriguing to small groups of friends who are looking for a way to blow off steam once small events are allowed in your area. Even as smaller events resume, there's not likely to be any major festivals or even indoor clubs for some time. Take advantage, after pandemic. Pamper Rooms Me Time takes on a whole new meaning when the entire family is at home. There's not always space or time to pamper yourself. Offer a solution with Pamper Rooms that recreate a spa-like experience for a little rest and relaxation. You could include a bottle of champagne, a welcome basket with spa essentials like bubble bath or even an in-room massage, if that's allowed in your area. You could also consider adding wellness components, or a Christian Connect or a yoga session, either one-to-one or virtual, meditation classes or even a complimentary subscription to a mindfulness app that equips guests with longer-term strategies to stay well. Gyms. In many places, gyms are reopening with reservations and capacity limits. For those who are not comfortable with that, what about a room that includes everything you need to work out? The growing popularity of fitness-on-demand services such as Peloton means that you can add live instruction fairly easily. You can also offer other gear that's not as expensive so that you can avoid spending too much on room renovations or pricey gear. Think fitness bands, TRX for bodyweight training and medicine balls. This room type could be co-created with local trainers and fitness instructors looking for a safe and socially distant location to host clients. Movie nights. Use the best of your outdoor space. Don't disregard outdoor spaces, as they are valuable assets to your holiday accommodation, especially so during a pandemic. Create an awesome, unique cinematic ambience. Use the side of your building and set up screen like a drive-in movie. If you have a pool, it can be great setting for a movie night. You can also use some individual rooms and set up a movie streaming night, which can be ideal for a movie premiere. Include this in the price of the room. To really amp up the movie experience, you can offer popcorn or some other treats. Promote and advertise this movie night. Movies for your B&B, guest house or hotel.
Hi, I'm Aaron, part of the VidWebI family. Thank you for attending this webinar. I hope you are enjoying it and getting some great ideas that you can use in your B&B, guest house or hotel. We will now go through some hot ideas on the topic: how to entice guests to your property during the down season. Customer engagement, boost conversions, and nurture leads with behavior-based messages. Your aim should be to place your holiday accommodation guests at the heart of everything you do. To increase guest satisfaction. To give guests more choice about the services they receive. Up your digital marketing campaign. Push ahead, get things in motion. It's time to kick everything up a notch. Don't sit around and mellow about the pandemic or how long it's going to take before this is all going to end. Take action now, exploit this lockdown and use it to your advantage to push ahead even after everything. People still want to get away and do something different from what they do at home. Irrespective, people will still like to experience a holiday, be it a small getaway or weekend stay at a B&B, guest house or vacation rental establishment. Your website communications to the current situation and leverage personalization techniques. This can be achieved through mobile push notifications, email marketing, and AI chat interactions. Persona marketing and trigger-based marketing can create a truly individualized behavioral experience for your guest. We will look closer at this point in the topic, why you should ditch your online booking forms. Implement personalization capabilities to target users with one-to-one marketing messages and promotions, based on the device they are currently using, mobile versus desktop, the demographic information, geolocation, feeder market origin, loyalty member affiliation, and more. Evaluate your digital marketing strategy. Look at occupancy, ADR, average daily rate, revenue, length of stays, and whatever else you can assess, to gauge the past success of your holiday accommodation establishment. Reassurance set your business apart from any other. Your traveler expects to be felt welcome and safe while staying at your holiday accommodation. Customer reassurance is vital for your business. Provide your guest clarity and reassurance that they made the right decision in booking the accommodation with your B&B, guest house or hotel. If you want to capture a fair share of direct bookings during the reopening, your traveler will also seek reassurance and a feeling of confidence. The goal of your B&B or holiday establishment is to connect the value to the right customer base. To effectively market a bed and breakfast, you can't rely on your location to set you apart from your competitors. Figure out the UVP of your bed and breakfast or hotel. I will expand on this in the topic, how important is a UVP for your B&B guest house, later. KSP stands for Key Selling Points. Evaluate the key selling points of your bed and breakfast. It's important to focus on the key selling points of your B&B, guest house or hotel, and this will truly make you different. Start by coming up with a list of at least 5 key selling points, otherwise known as KSPs, that are truly unique to your property. For example, what are some features that your B&B, guest house or hotel has that aren't common in your area? Which kinds of guests is the property best suited for? What's your property's personality? Your hotel sales strategies should reflect your commitment to the guest experience, while emphasizing the importance of booking as many rooms as possible at any given time. Whether it's the peak season or the off-season, you will want to develop hotel room selling techniques that are designed to increase profitability. Your worst nightmare as holiday accommodation owner is walking down the halls of your hotel and realizing that rooms are empty. There's a sad stillness that not only marks the sign of a quiet moment, but also the sign of a failing business strategy. In order to avoid this situation at any point during the slow travel season, you need to implement sales strategies that will improve business and continually bring in more guests. This is why you must establish a solid KSP for your business. You can take any steps to change what you're already doing. You must know how you got to where you are. Assess the current impact of coronavirus on your particular business. It's always best to evaluate your key metrics in the middle of a crisis and during a regular business year. This is why it is imperative that you establish a solid KSP for your business. Stay on top of the COVID-19 impact and assess how it's directly affecting travel to your destination. Maximize your efforts. I have outlined below some suggestions that you can do now to get ahead of the rest of the pack. Don't curtail your marketing efforts. The natural reaction during a crisis like this is to pull back on all marketing investment while waiting to see how things develop. While this may produce a small saving in the short term, it will have negative impacts in the long term and will slow down the return to success when business picks up again. While having a deep digital footprint in your marketing communications platform typically is critical to success during a time of crisis, it is mandatory. An email or social media campaign can connect a marketing message to a targeted subset of consumers for a fraction of the cost of a TV ad or print campaign immediately. Become hyper-segmented with your targets. Consider finding avenues that will allow you to capitalize on underpriced attention and think outside the box.
Thank you, Michelle. Hi, I'm Lily. Sorry Kerry is not available. I am part of VidWeb International i3D visual presenter team. I am so excited to present this extremely important topic, rethinking your target market. Market share. What demographics make up your customer base? Where do your potential guests live? Who do they listen to when making decisions relative to their traveling interests? How do they look for accommodation? Where do they spend time online? The answer to these questions determines which B&B marketing strategies will be viable and which will be a waste of time. If you continue to analyze and keep testing, you will produce the desired results you are seeking. Typical guests. How sure are you that you are targeting the right audience, or traveler, for your holiday accommodation or hotel? Who exactly is your typical guest? There are different personas, or holiday guest type, categories. It is important to send the correct message to the right prospect, define your audiences, so you can craft the right message to the right person at the right time. You may need to split your messages into 2, 3, or 4 separate campaigns, as some may have different traveling styles, or budgets. Do they book online? What are the reasons why they're coming to your local area? What type of experience are they looking to get out of a stay with you? And then how are those guests finding you? When your guests book with you now, do they book over the phone? Do they book online? And what is it that they found along the way that made them choose to book with you? The same is true with guest hotels or B&B competing for travelers. As more and more travelers start to emerge and enter the market, guest hotels are going to be battling for the opportunity to capture them. So, what can you do to press that lever, extend your guest hotel's B&B reach, and capture more market share than your competition? You may need to split your messages into 2, 3, or 4 separate campaigns, as some may have different traveling styles, or budgets. Offer flexible cancellations. Coronavirus and its implications have made this a truly tough time for all of travel, leisure and hospitality. We put down some sensible ideas for holiday accommodation establishments, given the huge challenge the industry is facing. We hope this will be helpful, if only to spark you to also consider your own ideas. Tough times call for creativity, community, understanding, and innovation. We already looked at some of these in the topic, innovative and alternative ways to utilize your accommodation offer. Flexible cancellation, so if people can cancel, which they probably will, but some of those will be happy to move it to another date, put a notice on your website up front clearly explaining that you are happy to move the date, rather than cancel bookings, and how they can communicate with you over cancellations, or changes. Reduce cancellations, implement a flexible cancellation policy. While COVID-19 is still impacting travel demand, hotels, holiday accommodation, you need to have a clear action plan to address existing reservations and cancellations. Flexible cancellation policy on existing and future reservations. Thorough proper communication with guests who have booked with you can foster loyalty and encourage future bookings. Consider proactively reaching OU to guests, inviting them to rebook with added value or incentives. Reduce cancellations and no-shows by sending appealing and informative pre-arrival emails. In case of a cancellation, you can encourage the guest to make a future booking with you by including personalized messaging and a discount voucher for any future reservations. Advance purchase, pay now, 10 to 20% discount, with a fully flexible modification policy. Book now, pay later, and cancel up to 1 day before arrival. Send your guests emails to confirm cancellations or reservation modifications. Awesome. Thank you for listening and watching my presentation. You not going to believe this. The team is now training Jamie, another one of our VidWeb i3D virtual presenters, to give a talk on the topic, how your website could be a success or downfall for your business. He will be a humanoid. So cool. I am pretty sure that most of you on this webinar has a website for your holiday establishment. Hang tight as Jamie will highlight some key areas and elements that you should consider.
to the chance to be able to chat to you about this topic. How your website could be a success or downfall for your business. Thank you, Kerry. That was an awesome presentation you did on rethinking your target market. Cute human voice, but I prefer your natural AI techie voice. We no longer live in an age where a compelling and inspirational hotel website is a nice to have. Now it is a must have. A website, on the other hand, can become a journey to the heart of a brand. It can quite literally tell the story of a guest stay, focus on amenities, attractions and everything else that is compelling about their trip. Inspirational holiday accommodation, website design sells far more than just a place to lay your head. It sells an emotion, a dream, an entire journey. It requires a lot of careful planning and a strategic understanding of the customer's path to book accommodation at your holiday establishment, besides the investment that you have made in setting up your holiday establishment. This comes a close second in impressing your potential guests. There is no surprise that the hospitality sector has been hit like an avalanche with COVID-19 and has devastated many B&B, guest houses, hotels and forced them to shut down. However, there is a definite light on the horizon. Pay attention and evaluate the key metrics of your business and website. It's important to take a look at what you are already doing and track the steps as to how you got to where you are. Now, before you can embark on any changes, assess what is the current impact of the coronavirus and it has done to your holiday accommodation right now. Connect your B&B or hotel to its value. Your traveller or guest will always seek efficiency, digitalisation and personalisation from your holiday accommodation. There is no magic bullet or wand for any B&B marketing or some quick hotel strategy or other crazy shortcuts for marketing your B&B, guest house, hotel or holiday accommodation. You need to make sure that your guest feels reassured and confident at all times when booking or staying at your hotel or holiday accommodation. This is the way you can capture more than just a fair share or slice of bookings when things start to get back to normal. That are looking at ways to maximise their time now before the travel mania starts again. While normal marketing activities have been curtailed, there are lots of opportunities that present themselves to give you a head start and place yourselves in a strong position for recovery. Digital marketing has always had the advantage of being so much faster, less expensive and more effective than traditional marketing. Think out of the box and look for avenues that will allow you to capitalise on underpriced attention. For a fraction of the cost of mainstream TV or printed ads, you can set up email or social media marketing campaigns and connect directly with a crafted marketing message directed to your subset of guests. Six important elements for web design. Responsive. This means that the website must be viewable across devices without losing functionality or breaking. No matter the screen size, the site will adjust accordingly and the online experience will be just as pleasing on a desktop as it is on a mobile. Superior UX. Understanding how a visitor naturally wants to navigate through a website and making that process easy are all hallmarks of a good user experience. If it is difficult to find common pages or get to the booking engine to complete a purchase, it is likely that your potential customer or guest could become frustrated and simply give up. Storytelling. Does your website give a clear idea of what life will be like once a guest is on property? Does it explore possible itineraries or open the door for daydreaming? The more someone can picture themselves somewhere doing something they enjoy, the higher the chance they will buy a product or book a room. Ease of booking. Not much of an explanation is needed for this one. To put it bluntly, if a booking engine requires any extra steps beyond the basics of room type, guest name, and email and payment information, then it will be not effective. Simplify the booking process as much as possible for the largest return. Added value. Many hotels have jumped on the organic farm-to-table train, keeping gardens of their own and integrating their harvests in the property's recipes. Other hotels have a coveted golf pro or bartender. Take advantage of what makes your brand special and milk it dry. Visually compelling. The best and most effective websites are the ones that entice the visitor to spend more time exploring. Professional photography and video are both great avenues for storytelling, especially for hotels and resorts. Nuggets for a compelling website. To your success. Nuggets for a compelling website to your success.
Hey Jamie, you sounded great, dude. I'm Josh. Yes, you're right, I am another VidWeb3D AI virtual presenter and part of the VidWeb AI family. I was blown away by my mates, Michelle, Kerry and Jamie. They sounded just so human. I said, I just really have to try this. So here I am and going to chat to you about this topic. 11 ideas how to cope with COVID-19. Just everyone loves Black Friday. I know that Black Friday's like the past now, but there'll always be another one next year and the year after and so on. This Black Friday comes around every November with mad sales, and your travel guys that want to book will want to see some special discounts. It makes no difference who stays at your holiday accommodation. They'll be looking out for these special discounts. If you want to show these Black Friday discounts, you just put them on your website. Hey, to get these dudes to book now, just add a countdown clock on your site. To get them to move themselves and actually get that Black Friday knockdown price. When the clock hits 0, no more discounts, that's it. Poof, it's just all gone and disappeared. Buy now, stay later. Now, let me show you how to make some good cash for your holiday accommodation business. This is a good time to sell some vouchers which can make you some hard cash. So many traveller dudes, they just want to break free from these crazy lockdowns, but they're like hanging on a tree and just not ready to book any types of holidays, as they don't know what's going to happen next. Putting your holiday accommodation voucher out there can get these holiday traveller dudes to jack them to go for it now, rather than hanging on to that branch we were talking about. With a voucher, it stops any bad vibes. The guests may feel in booking now than just waiting for another time. Yeah, sounds cool, hey? Check this out, you can make this work. Add this to your holiday accommodation business now and rake in extra cash from offering vouchers. Show loyal customers you appreciate them. Leverage your loyalty program, offering discounts on longer stays or any operational F&B, food and beverage, such as room service, for example, or value-added messaging can help offset the room revenue losses. Show loyal customers you appreciate them with members-only offer, like reducing the number of point members redeemed to stay in your hotel. Keeping these promotions limited to the audience most likely to book enables you to capture existing demand and future bookings while you're protecting your long-term rate strategy. Keep that social space. You can maintain social distancing by moving around your reception layer, and so you do not have to physically have contact with the person. Check out ways how you can help, so you don't have to have any close contact in your space. If you tell your travel dudes, they will see that you are making sure they are safe. Also, check out the topic, how safe is your B&B guest house to your guests? We can go through some killer ideas over there. Update your welcome packs. With this COVID-19 sorry it's bad for you guys, but I'm good, it's not going to do anything to me. I really feel for you and your holiday accommodation business. Now you should make sure that your welcome packs are up to date with the current essentials, like the hand sanitizer or a basic mask or good antibacterial hand wash. as well as don't forget the tea, coffee and biscuits for their comfort. This will show you that you are on top of this and you care about your guests very much. Post the latest things happening and develop an action plan to address any concerns, comments or feedback. You can also tell them about your cancellation policy and say how you take steps to keep your place good and clean and safe. At this present, you will predominantly involve letting guests know about your cancellation policy and explaining the steps you're taking to keep your hotel clean and safe. You know you're probably going to get some of your guests complaining, hey, these things happen. It's to the best of any of us really. If it is about hygiene or something they're not happy with, don't leave it, see what's making them feel like this, and rectify this problem quickly before it turns into negative publicity. No one really wants that now, do we, anyways? As this lockdown just trips on over months and months and months, your guest dudes would like to get some updates whether it's safe to visit anybody or not, or if your hotel is fully operational and what local attractions are open. This is like the ideal time to have a mobile first site, so you can push out notifications straight to your guests. Ken is going to do a demo of a mobile first site later, and if you stick around you may just win one for free, like £485 worth of kit. Boost revenue of your existing bookings. Those traveller dudes that already have booked with you aim to maximise their overall spend where you can. One way to do this is like an extend your stay package in a way. Simply offer a sweet discount that just drives your guests to stay with you for an additional few days. Now to really make this sweet, include a luxury room upgrade, free spa treatments or a round of free drinks every day at the hotel bar if you've got one. Now because of the need of social distancing, most guests will spend far more time inside your holiday than actually exploring your destination. So they'll be more likely to grab on property purchases. Grab this opportunity to actively promote services and amenities to help guests make the most of their time indoors. Take some really cool photos. The right way to tell your story is with some really good images. These images should not only be on your website, but on your social channels such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram or Pinterest. Compelling your images tells a story and to strike a viewer to book a stay with you and become a repeat loyal guest at your holiday. Hey, we all know that reviews are crazy important when marketing your holiday accommodation. Sharing photos makes it easier for potential guests to grab a sense of what they can expect when choosing their spot. We have another serious topic on why you should leverage online reputation during COVID-19. Stick around to hear some really cool ideas and tips. Promote packages to overcome post-vaccination syndrome. Create some really cool looking packages to help your guests get over that back to work kind of drag, add some extras like free parking, restaurant offers, or any kind of facilities that you've got at your B&B, hotel or accommodation. Some ideas for your packages and specials. You could even try special deals on last minute autumn getaway. Hold a flash sale such as book within the next 48 hours and get 30% off, or simply extend the length of time you allow last minute bookings on your online booking engine to entice bookings for autumn getaways. Promote packages to overcome post-vaccination syndrome. What makes your bed and breakfast different from all the other travel accommodations? It should be the personal touch it offers it is to guests. Have you got a clue what your KSP and UVP is for your holiday accommodation? Not to worry, we will reveal in the topic how important is your UVP for your B&B guest house. Small projects like making small improvements. During this time of lockdown, this is an ideal time to look at doing some renovations. Focus on making small improvements that can directly enhance the experience of your guests. These small improvements do not need to be expensive at all. For example, something as simple as relocating a Wi-Fi router for your better Wi-Fi signal could be seen as an amazing improvement. Other simple things like adding another phone charging station beside the bed or including extra towels can go a long way in improving guests' experience. This is why it's important to ask for feedback from people that stay at your bed and breakfast. You can use this feedback to make necessary small improvements to provide a better experience for your guests in the future. Something else to consider is whether or not you have ever stayed as a guest in your own bed and breakfast. Spending a night at your own property from the guest perspective might reveal a few things you've overlooked. All of this knowledge can be used to help improve the experience of all your future guests. You need to grab those eyeballs, my friend. Make your end of summer or winter exclusives offers stand out. Make it look good by getting it to stand out with your hotel image and brand. And maybe the use of some jazzy colours and like mellow out tone and images to make it feel like the summer and winter has never ended. It's a good time to think about making some flyers to promote future events such as weddings, etc.
I hope you're having fun listening and watching the mix of our VidWeb AI 3D virtual presenters. We tried to put a little bit more flavor into this webinar. We trained our VidWeb AI 3D virtual presenters to present various topics with a combination of straight text-to-speech lip syncing and animation. We went a step further and applied human voice over from our team members and injected voice-to-speech sync scripting and training with our AI 3D virtual presenters to present these various topics. And then even a step further forward, we are now making our VidWeb AI 3D virtual presenters more versatile. There's a twofold reason why we opted to present this webinar in this fashion. One, to make it interesting and exciting and fun, as we'd hate to lose your attention while we unravel some of these very, very key aspects. We know they can turn your holiday accommodation establishments into a fine profit model. The second is to give an opportunity to show you that we have an incredible, unique, quality product that we can offer at a fraction of the cost of an expensive voiceover and video presenters. Our team can easily craft a promotional script for your holiday or business establishments, and we can train our VidWeb AI 3D video presenters to voice sync your video presentation. And this can be completed within a very, very short time for your business. We included this topic, how important is UVP for your B&B, your guest house and your holiday accommodation. As we know, this is one of the most important customer-centric and marketing elements for any business by far. To remind you that we offered the opportunity to holiday accommodation business owners to send in their business URL for an in-depth site analysis. And as an attendee, and hopefully that you did send in your URL, I will go through two of these in the second part of this webinar. It may just be your business that I go through and do an in-depth analysis. Now, let me introduce you to Tyrone. Tyrone is one of our VidWeb AI virtual presenters. He is now going to go through some pointers why you should seriously consider having a UVP for your business. Over to you, Tyrone.
Honored as a VidWeb AI virtual video presenter, to go through this topic. How important is a UVP for your B&B, guest house or holiday accommodation business? UVP, it's not just being the best. Your unique value selling proposition is what makes your business stand out. It's what makes you different and earns you a special place in the minds of your potential customers. Coming up with a great value proposition takes a lot more than just producing a creative slogan. Think about it from your customer's point of view. With tens or hundreds of potential options out there, you have to answer the question, why should I book and stay your B&B or guest house or holiday accommodation, and what makes your B&B different to any other in your local area? If you don't or can't answer that question quickly, your potential customers or readers will move on. It's really pretty simple. UVP, which is one of the most essential elements of a successful online business, period. Create a UVP competitors can't match.
A UVP is a succinct statement of the uniqueness of a business that sets it apart from all competitors. Without a UVP, a company risks becoming lost in a sea of similar businesses. Having a great product or superb content is probably not enough of a difference to make your business stand out. In most markets, having a great product is just the price of admission. You need to create a unique value proposition that your competitors cannot easily be matched. There are two primary reasons people choose a particular product or service: cost and differentiation. To differentiate your product or service, potential customers must understand your unique value proposition. Your value proposition is a unique value that a buyer desires and will receive from your company, product, or service. Think of the word only and how you can apply it to your business, products, and services. Your UVP is your bottom line value. If you don't know what your UVP is, now's the time to figure it out. What's the bottom line value that you're offering your users that they won't be able to get elsewhere? You can use your UVP as a headline, or inject it in your body copy somewhere, but make sure your users can see it and absorb it, as the main takeaway of your brand, and this conversion opportunity. Can you honestly say that you have the right value proposition? Remember, the best way to think about a value proposition is by answering this question. What does your holiday accommodation business do that differentiates it from the competition? This should be visible and evident to your prospective guests or customers. I hope this short intro to a UVP has enlightened you and inspired you to take a closer look at your own UVP for your holiday accommodation business. I really appreciate your time and my opportunity to present this topic to you. Do look forward to the next topic: why you should ditch your online booking forms. It will be presented by a colleague of mine, Michelle, another one of our Webinar1st28jan virtual video presenters. Have a great day.
I am also a VidWeb 3D AI virtual presenter. However, I am a little sad as my boss has insisted that I do this presentation in a human voice rather than my own. Not sure I understand why, as I've been complimented on my voice before. Well, no use protesting. I hope I sound good. We have now come to an extremely important topic of this webinar: why you ditch your online booking forms. I will cover this in detail and why we say this. It is vital to quickly interact with your guests as soon as they've made up their mind to book your holiday accommodation. If you do not react quickly to their request, it can result in time lost and you could easily lose your booking to another competitor. Gone are the days that a guest sits around and waits to receive a booking confirmation via email. They want to communicate with someone that is going to be able to help them and finalize their booking. This is the answer. There are so many reasons why you should ditch your online booking forms for a digital interactive replacement. Having an online presence makes you sparkling visible to guests who'd otherwise never see an ad or hear about your B&B business, and probably never come knocking on your bed and breakfast door. However, building an online presence is just like tapping your customers on the shoulder and storytelling them how special your great bed and breakfast really is. Now, when you add a VidWeb interactive virtual chatbot assistant to your website with an easy-to-use, customer-friendly interface. She or he will do exactly that. You can capture your guest's name, email, geolocation, phone, and room preference. You've just skyrocketed your chances of boosting sales, outsmart your competitor, and substantially increasing your profit margin for your bed and breakfast business. Integrating an interactive virtual chatbot assistant to your website will improve your guests' experiences, as it can assist them any time of the day or night. This way, a guest won't be waiting for a response from the booking form or email that you may have sent. Your end will be able to interact with your guests in seconds. Steer your guests to any special offers and spur them on to complete the booking. This will help smooth the entire user experience with your B&B. When you ask your customers, they'll tell you this. Understanding your customer's mindset will give you the edge to craft a compelling, personalized message which can inspire them to an early booking. These trends start to give you an understanding about what the modern customer expects. As always, they want value in the form of a good deal, which doesn't always mean price. Convenience is more important than ever, being easier to do business with, which can separate a company from its competition. Customers want their favorite brands and businesses to be innovative and steeped in values that align with theirs. Your guests are calling the shots, and you can't ignore it. Listen closely and act accordingly. With the inclusion of AI in digital marketing arsenal, you can enjoy higher marketing agility, improved cost efficiencies, and gain better consumer insights. All of these, when combined, can give your B&B or hotel the much-needed edge in today's competitive environment. Artificial intelligence, AI, has been a hot buzzword since many years now, and for a good reason. It has permeated so many aspects of our modern life that we have reached a point of accepting it as completely normal. It has changed the way we live, work, shop, learn, and entertain ourselves. Intelligent chatbots offer 24/7 customer service, but its impact is not limited to just our day-to-day lives. Despite being a relatively nascent stage, artificial intelligence is also transforming the way business is done across the globe. There is hardly any industry or sector which has been left untouched by AI. Things that are now considered intrinsic to digital marketing, such as the ability to analyze and profile potential customers, who visit your website app, predict your interest, behavior, and deliver customized communication to them in real time, would have not been possible without artificial intelligence. I must add that I am not just a conventional chatbot. I am a VidWeb 3D AI virtual presenter. Later, I will introduce to you a good friend of mine, Amy. She is one of VidWeb AI virtual chatbots. Never sleeps or takes a break. Ready to help your customers at any time. And she can even take your guest booking in real time or show them special offers, etc. She is also amazing. Oh, there's Keisha. She is another one of my VidWeb AI virtual presenter family. Wow, girl, you look good in that smartphone. Automatic campaign optimization. With the right AI tools and a smart team by your side, you can practically have your marketing program run on its own. Programmatic advertising can automate the manual tasks of buying, selling, and placing your ads, and also optimizing them to improve ROI. The time and efforts saved will also drive efficient budget allocation and higher savings, enabling you to enjoy a noticeably lower cost per acquisition in lead-based campaigns, not to mention freeing up your time, which can then be used for adding value in other ways. Driving higher revenues. All of the above points, right from creating a better user experience, serving contextual and relevant communication with precise targeting and optimizing your campaigns in real time, will work together to increase conversions at a fraction of the cost and at a much faster pace. Not only will this increase overall productivity, but will also significantly improve ROI. A report by Marketing Profs stated that business which implement AI see 54% more traffic and engagement, 52% increased conversions, and 58% higher revenues. So, if this isn't compelling data, then I do not know what is. Precise targeting. Using AI can also help you focus your marketing budgets on your most relevant audience. Tracking and analyzing individual customer behavioral trends will give you a better idea of which marketing actions and platforms will be better suited for them. This will allow you to serve customized communication in the best way possible, with an apt placement, apt creative, and the right geo-targeting as well. In other words, AI can help you achieve every marketer's dream of reaching the right consumer with the right message at the right time.
Hello there, my name is Costa. I am proud to be part of the VidWeb virtual presenter family and see it as an honor to present this very important topic to you. Online reputation during COVID-19. Power up your online reputation. Reputation management brings all of the factors that contribute to your business's online presence in one place, so you can take control of your online reputation. If the reputation of your holiday establishment becomes tarnished online, it can have profound consequences to your business. I will highlight some very key points for your B&B, guest house, hotel or holiday accommodation establishment.
What is reputation management and why is reputation management important for holiday accommodation establishments? Holiday accommodation reputation management is the practice of monitoring and influencing how your property is perceived throughout the web. The concept emerged within public relations, but shifted its focus towards newly emerging review sites, social media platforms and search engines. Online reputation management is critical for businesses to maintain a positive brand identity in the eyes of guests. As more digital marketers understand the value of ORM in growing their business, they choose to devote more time and energy toward monitoring their brand online. 93% of people use online reviews when determining which hotel they want to stay at. 53% of the people surveyed would not book a hotel that didn't have online reviews. 62% of users say that seeing responses to reviews helps as it makes me more likely to book it. 68% trusted peer reviews, i.e. opinions and online reviews. Customers trust reviews more than your website. Always care for your guests. Well, as we talked about before, when you're selling rooms at a B&B or holiday accommodation, part of what you're selling is you, the host. And 9 out of 10 travelers say that an appropriate response to a review shows that you care about your guests. So when you demonstrate the ability to care for your guests and provide hospitality, these are a critical component of the service you're providing that makes it even more important for you to respond to these reviews, to show off that you do care. Plus, travelers read your recent 10 reviews most often. Those are the ones that show up on the first page. As a B&B or guest house owner, when you get less frequent reviews than a hotel, it could take months for those 10 reviews to get pushed onto page 2 of TripAdvisor or Google. Respond to all reviews. This means your response to every single review matters because it's going to be read by travelers for months who are booking, and it could directly impact those booking decisions. So, by having a professional and sincere response to every review, it can directly impact your occupancy. Responding to reviews honestly can really turn a negative situation into a positive. And especially with being a bed and breakfast, travelers are looking more than ever on how you're responding. And translating that to exactly what I said, how they're going to be treated when they come to your property. So, I think more than ever, responding to reviews should be such a priority to a bed and breakfast or holiday accommodation owners. Brand photo shoot and video. Just like social videos, this may be a perfect time to get your brand video and or photo shoot completed. If you are able to do so, now can be a very good time to do the photo shoot or video project that has been put off year after year, perhaps because you always felt it would interrupt business or customers. Speak to our videography team for some exciting creative ideas. Don't sit and wait for guests to come. That's where our social media and online reputation strategy comes into play. Expand your reach online by posting on social media or increasing consumer comfort level by generating positive online reviews. Some guest hotel B&B are missing the opportunity right now in extending their reviews. Many holiday establishments are just leisurely sitting around and waiting for travelers to grace their doorstep, rather hitting that lever, reaching out and re-establishing their guest house as the market share leader for their local area in this post-COVID guest hotel B&B world. What is your actual value to your guests? Think of the things that are of high value to your guests, but low cost to you, so you can give added value. Give people a reason to talk about you, and don't be afraid to ask for referrals. It's a great way to build your customer base. The person making the referral has already experienced what you offer and will do the selling for you. Making referrals build loyalty, as well as bringing in potential new business. It's all about giving guests a reason to return. Don't be afraid or hesitant, just go ahead and ask for it. Local directory sites, also known as citations. Get your property listed on local important directories, where travelers are searching. Whether or not you use a professional listing service, you need to get your property and your website listed on Google My Business. So that's my number one tip, after you've got that vanity website. Google is the foremost search engine, so being listed there is going to get you more exposure than anywhere else. And at best, fewer rooms mean fewer guests than those bigger hotels, which translates into these reviews being even more impactful than ever.
Great! Let's crack on. I hope you found the last topic, why you should ditch your online booking forms, interesting and valuable. Even though it wasn't my own voice, it was a human. It actually sounded really cool. You're probably wondering why we included this topic. This goes hand in hand with the first prize we are offering here, which is a 5-page mobile-first website valued at £485. Ken is going to show you a full demo of our mobile-first site later in the second part of the webinar. Hang on in there, it might just be you, and not to forget the second prize. You can get your very own VidWeb AI chat assistant for your website with a booking component for the value of £265. More than 20% of all mobile searches are being done by voice, with many predicting that half of all searches will be performed using voice search by 2020. Voice technology is a hot topic nowadays, spurred on by our love for our smartphones that allowed smart digital assistants like Siri, Alexa, and Bixby to come to life. Voice technology empowers us. Do virtually whatever we want with a simple command. Microsoft claims that travelers in Great Britain are increasingly researching accommodations through their Cortana digital assistant on mobile devices, with hotel searches seeing an increase of 343% year over year, and flight searches increasing by 277%. Voice search and digital voice assistants, and especially their mobile versions, will increase even faster, with technology becoming even more sophisticated, and voice assistants will become integrated into consumers' everyday lives. Local listings search are a priority for voice. The maximum volume of voice search requests consist of near-me questions, and this confirms two things. People use voice search to find places, to visit hotels, to stay, restaurants to eat on the go. Apart from places, people also need information about time and things as well. Now that we know near-me searches are quite high in number, it's time to have a look at the different places from where these searches are made. local listings, search are a priority for voice. The maximum volume of voice search requests consist of near-me questions, and this confirms two things. People use voice search to find places, to visit hotels, to stay, restaurants to eat on the go. Apart from places, people also need information about time and things as well. Now that we know near-me searches are quite high in number, it's time to have a look at the different places from where these searches are made. Voice search results are prompt and to the point. The results for our voice searches are mostly the featured snippets that we get on traditional searches. Google relies heavily on knowledge graphs and rich snippets to answer voice queries. Searchers want quick and immediate results, and Google understands this. The same applies to voice search as well, where direct answers are the priority. Generally, the rich snippet result is answered back when someone searches with voice. This builds up instantaneous results, which are known characteristic of voice search results. These direct answers are read back to the questionnaire to give results instantly. Voice search optimization. Voice search may have started as a small concept, but is now one of the most important topics in search industry. The ease to search with a voice is second to none, and people cannot get enough of it. The concept of voice search started with smartphones, then quickly escalated to smart speakers and voice assistants worldwide. Today we are experiencing a voice search revolution, with almost every generation welcoming voice search with open arms. With the nearly quantum rise in voice search that is forecast, it is critical that we create content that is optimized for it. Otherwise, we will find it difficult to gain an organic traction. Considering the fierce competition vying for search engine rankings, the road is only to get tougher in times to come. Awesome! That's me done here. It was great to present to you. Ken says that I did a fantastic job and that he wants me to pass you on to Kerry. Kerry is also part of VidWeb AI virtual presenter family like me. Kerry will be trained like myself to speak like a human. She will go through the topics, rethinking your target market and how your website could be a success or downfall for your business. Thanks again for all your time and eyeballs.
Hi, I'd like to thank you again on behalf of our team for allowing us to showcase our unique and latest cutting-edge VidWeb artificial intelligence next generation 3D animation lip sync technology virtual presenters. We tried to spice up this webinar by introducing an array of our VidWeb 3D AI virtual presenters to introduce and lay out these topics. I sincerely hope you had fun in watching and listening to their performances. Right now, we come to the crux of this webinar and the final topic. COVID-19, roadmap to recovery, gaining a competitive edge. I am not going to go on and harp on about the pandemic. What I am going to do is provide a blueprint or a map of recovery for your holiday accommodation establishment. This forms the bedrock of this webinar. Let's set off on this journey. Although this road seems long and never-ending, every day that passes is one day closer to recovery and promise new normal. As I set out on this journey to bring you some more key inspirations, I'm going to find it extremely difficult to condense this into a short version, as restrictions across the country must ease. We will see an appetite for travel that the industry has not experienced in a very long time. So how do we prepare our B&B, hotel or holiday accommodation for all of this pent-up demand, with Brits anxious to start travelling once again? The decline was swift and very steep. All these hospitality sectors were scrambling to figure out how to fill rooms during a time when almost no one was or could or was allowed to travel. Let's consider the following. Adjusting prices using dynamic pricing. Removing your minimum stay policy. Working together with local businesses and increasing revenue with some upsells. Making your vacation or your holiday accommodation establishment rental pet friendly. By focusing on domestic travelers, your vacation, rental or holiday accommodation business can continue to generate revenue and stay afloat despite COVID-19. When promoting longer staycations, take advantage of geo-targeting options to personalize offers and messages for domestic travelers, but perhaps excluding local residents. For locals, try to think out of the box to offer services and experience that will intrigue visitors and showcase them on your website, using messages that only target users located in your region or in your town. Analyze competition and their strategy. It's likely that there are several holiday accommodation establishments in your area that your business is competing with. However, this can be seen as a good thing if you know how to target your competitors' customers. Take a look at their social media and pricing strategies and start learning what you can do differently to earn more bookings. Get inspired by the competition. It's easy to feel uninspired, overwhelmed when you're brainstorming marketing content and strategies for your small hotel or holiday accommodation. So take a look at what similar businesses are doing right now. Look at their websites, their blogs, their marketing emails, their marketing material, their adverts and social media accounts to see what they're talking about, how they're talking about it, and what kind of response are they actually getting. Take another look at the topic, innovative and alternative ways to utilize your accommodation. It can give you some great ideas and inspiration on what to do next. Whether that's expanding to a service you've never tried before, the hotel industry is changing. But there are always opportunities for holiday accommodation or smaller boutique hotels to shine, embrace and unleash your personality to bring more joy into people's lives while also driving top-line revenue. I'd like to quickly look at customer segmentation during the COVID-19. In order to make up for lost revenue due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it is important to drive occupancy through strategic marketing efforts. To make these efforts a success, it's essential to approach your guests with targeting more targeted and appealing offers. But how can you ensure that you're targeting guests with the most relevant offers? The answer lies within customer segmentation. The most important factor that comes into play when implementing customer segmentation is the data you have about your guests. Your CRM, you should know their past behavior and able to find out how often they stayed at any of your properties, your hotel or your holiday accommodation establishments, how much money they spent and what packages did they actually book, etc. In addition to these historical values, it is indispensable to know your guests' real-time interests and preferences in order to achieve the greatest possible success of your marketing efforts. Since COVID-19 is keeping many people from traveling, another aspect you would need to consider when defining your segments is your guest's location. Focus on your key markets where travel bans have been lifted and invite your best customers and guests to book again with highly personalized communication based on preferences, interests, behavior, etc. In a highly competitive market, it is important to do more than just use email marketing campaigns as mass mailing. We have really covered a bit of email marketing strategies in our previous portion that I spoke about. In order to cut through the marketing buzz from the competition, you must ensure that you target the right audience at the right time with the right message. During the COVID-19 crisis, a targeted and more intelligent segmentation approach has become even more important than ever. For efficient marketing, small hotels and holiday accommodation establishments must target guests from regions where travel bans have been lifted and guests who are more likely to book and stay at their properties. Revitalize your marketing material. Put some new life into your flyers, your brochures, your food menus, your offline marketing efforts. I would like to take this time now to quickly introduce to you our a la carte marketing services. This is where you can get 25 to 30% of all your media, graphics and digital services. Highest quality media, graphics and professional interactive digital services. We provide unmatched professional design that will create an impact, influence and gain attention of new and existing guests. It comprises the a la carte marketing service comprises of 38 small business industry categories, and we have over 106 subcategories which include digital marketing services. Plus, you can have a look at over 300 media graphic samples as well. Check out our website, Webinar1st28jan.co.uk, for more details as to how you can enjoy these savings. After being trapped indoors for many months, people from all around the world will be eager to spread their wings and travel. That is, domestic and internationally. Tourists and guests who have delayed their vacation and holiday accommodation plans will be rushing to book before the end of the next summer season for a late vacation, or possibly in the autumn. So compared to normal years, expect an increase in demand for vacation and holiday accommodation. The year 2021 may prove to be the busiest ever. Because many people have lost out on the opportunity to travel this year, they will have twice as much to spend in 2021. And the fact that many people have been forced to spend long time inside the four walls of their own home will mean they'll be looking to go further, spend longer and do more vacation than previous years. You must do what you can do now to earn the share and boost your holiday accommodation and your vacation spending. It is extremely important to invest in automation and web presence. A well-designed website will increase your portion of direct bookings so that you can save on commissions. If you're obviously utilizing third-party type of websites that charge for the payment of bookings. Your website should include an integrated booking system enabling guests to book directly with you. Ideally, you should have a fully interactive VidWeb AI virtual chat assistant employed on your website to take the bookings. Ensure that your website can securely accept worldwide currencies and easy take credit card payments. Use your website to highlight how clean and safe your accommodation is, and well as highlight the wonderful attractions and activities available near your holiday accommodation property. Even if people visiting your website decide to stay in a small hotel or a guest house or in a B&B or holiday accommodation instead of a vacation rental, it can still benefit you. If they read about local tips on your website, you have a strong visual brand, they will remember your business in the future. So if your brand is strong and visually attractive, they will remember you in the future. Also, the more tourists crowd in your area, the fewer rooms will be available in hotels in the smaller accommodation, and more visitors will be pushed towards a vacation type rental. While you're waiting for the lockdown to end, do some networking in your area. I suggest you refer to the topic, how to entice guests to your property during the season, for inspiration and ideas. Stay on top of payments. Post-COVID-19 finances are going to be tight for many people, including some of your guests. Some people will have experienced a drop in income and used up their savings. For this reason, it's important to protect yourself from potential financial loss where guests no longer have the funds they claim that they have. Ensure you take steps to protect yourself. In the past, you may have avoided taking large deposits. You're worried about putting off potential guests. Now is the time to actually look at a bigger deposit. However, when you find yourself turning people away because of all the holiday accommodation rentals are booked in, it's time to take bigger deposits and ensure that you have the correct credit card details. Make contactless payment as easy as possible for potential customers through your website. The next strategic marketing subject, which forms part of your arsenal, is email marketing. Do not discount the power of email marketing. Crisis communications is important during a global pandemic, but it's messaging after the catastrophe that can really affect business. That's when people are looking for answers and direction. Customers or guests want to know what happens now. As a consumer or guest, what are my next steps? While it's impossible to know when people will be prepared to travel again, hospitality and travel businesses should be planning their messages now. As communities begin to rebound from the COVID-19 pandemic, government stimulus and other programs may help minimize the effects of the economy and help support sufficient demand for travel services. To rebuild once the COVID-19 pandemic subsides, hospitality and holiday accommodation and travel companies should consider reaching their audience with planned monthly email strategy. Now, we have introduced in this final topic, which I will then reveal, is our latest next level of consumer engagement platform, which is our VidWeb tagging automation. Now, for the first time ever, you can capture, engage, interact, and profit from your visitors, your guests on your own site by instantly setting up a widget for instant phone calls, text messaging, WhatsApp broadcast, email marketing, even video stories. Never seen before, interactive voicemail notes. I will show you how you can implement this cutting-edge technology on your very own website. let's have a quick look again into our VidWeb tagging automation platform and to demonstrate to you how powerful this really is and will be for your holiday accommodation business. Don't just take our word. Don't take my word for it. Check it out yourself. Check out these marketing stats on phone calls, SMS, emails, voicemails, and stories. Numbers don't lie. Emails. There are 3.9 billion daily email users. This number is expected to climb to 4.3 billion by 2023. Astronomical. 78% of marketers have seen an increase in their email engagement over the last 12 months. Now, for every pound spent, email marketing generates £32 in return of investment. Phone calls. 69% of buyers accepted a call from new salespeople in the last 12 months. 82% of buyers accept meetings with salespeople that reach out to them. Now, SMS. 75% of consumers are okay with receiving SMS messages from brands after they've actually opted in. Some more stats on SMS. SMS messages have a whopping 98% open rate. Yep, that's correct. A whopping 98% open rate. Text messages have a 209% higher response rate than phone, email, or even Facebook. And the most important thing is that 90% of the SMS messages are read within 3 minutes. I'm sure yourself, when you get an SMS, you're intrigued to find out what it is, and you will read it. Finally, stories. Let's look at stories. In one in 4 millennials, the GZs are, which are from people from the millennium, early millennium, look for stories about products or services they want to buy. The average completion rate for stories is about 75%. 1/3 of the most viewed Instagram stories are, believe it or not, from businesses. 36% of the businesses that use Instagram stories they use it for product promotion. So it makes sense, perfect sense, to engage and interact with your leads and customers via all these channels simultaneously, instead of focusing on just email, text messaging, phone call, or just stories alone. And there's a lot of others. We haven't even talked about voicemail notes as well, etc. And WhatsApp, broadcasting. This is the powerhouse that comes with the VidWeb tagging automation platform. Let's take a look at the interactive voice response, IVR market. The interactive voice response market is valued at staggering 3.44 billion USD, which is roughly 3 billion pounds. It was in 2016. It's now expected to reach 5.4 billion pounds, dollars, which is plus minus about 5 billion within the next couple of years, by 2023. Now, around 75% of the millions of calls the hospitality get every month over the IVR system, it turns and drives the market growth in the sector vastly. And the remarkable increase in the number of calls by customers has been driving the IVR, Interactive Voice Response System, market to insane levels. Once again, I thank you for your attendance and listening to my short presentation on the topic COVID-19, Roadmap to Recovery, Gaining a Competitive Edge. I do think I must end this topic here, as I cannot fit any more into it, as it will take much more time to go through each marketing strategy for your holiday accommodation. Many hours. I mentioned earlier that you can take a look at our website, videowebmastery.co.uk. Do check out some of our other interactive digital strategic services. I'm sure that I've demonstrated that if you implement these ideas and strategies that we covered, that you will no doubt have a very fruitful recovery for your holiday accommodation establishment, and by far have a superior upper hand over your competitor. This finishes off this first part of the webinar. Do remember, if you stay for the second part, I will demonstrate our VidWeb AI virtual chat assistant and how it can engage with your guests, capture vital key info such as their name, email, geolocation, and booking preferences in seconds. So no more do you have to actually wait for your guests to fill in a form and send it to you and then get back to them and lose the time and obviously the possible booking. Plus, it can steer them to a particular special offer page, such as the various packages, coupon offers, shows of promotional video, testimonials, and can even secure a booking without them to have to leave your site anytime throughout the day, 24/7. I will also do a live walkthrough of the mobile first type website. All attendees that do stay till the end will have the chance of winning one of the two prizes, which is a total value, as I mentioned, and we mentioned earlier, of 750 value. See you on the other side.